So hi, this is Carly, and I thought I'd do a little video blog today. I'm going to try and keep it shorter, and I'm going to show you a beautiful little method to use the oils. And you can use this just with people when you're doing a one-on-one, or you're doing a wellness consult, or just for yourself if you're feeling a bit flat or down, or you can use it as a daily practice. It's just as versatile for you as perhaps even doing the aroma dressing, just a different way of using the oils. And as you probably know, I'm a yoga teacher. I'm actually a master yoga teacher. I've been teaching yoga my whole life, and yoga has been my saving grace. And one of the beautiful things in yoga is pranayama, or the breathing techniques. Now, I don't encourage you to do this if you're a smoker. I can give you other ways of cutting back on your cigarettes or cutting out smoking altogether, which I would advise you to do. But so don't do this if you're a smoker. And if you're going to do this in a class, especially a beginner's class, always get people to put a little bit of FCO or some sort of carrier oil on their hands beforehand. And you can make a selection of whatever sort of oils you want to use. But today I'm going to use the good old favourites, wild orange and peppermint. Now, as you probably all know, we come from different sides of the brain at different times of the day. The brain can flick over, and if we're really lucky, we might be using both sides of the brain at the same time, but only if we're really, really lucky. So most of us are either coming from the left side of the brain or the right side of the brain. So there's oils that will encourage you to move over into the right side of the brain, more creative, mystical, inspired part of the brain. And there's oils that will push you back and ground you a little bit more into the left side of the brain, which is the more intellectual and rational and logical. And neither is better than the other. And if we can use both simultaneously, great. Or if we can use both equally, that's really fantastic too. So we're going to start with a drop of peppermint oil. Now, I'm going to, hang on, yes, a drop of peppermint oil. So I'm going to get you to put a drop of peppermint oil into your right palm, like so, just one drop. And remember, if it's a new class, just get people to use FCO on their hands beforehand. Some people, the oils can be very strong for them the first time they use it, and they can get an adverse reaction. If someone's got dermatitis or something on their hands, you've got to be careful. So I'm just rubbing my hand together like this. God, my hand looks like a baseball mitt in the screen. So you rub your hand together and get it. And then you're just going to smell in the right nostril. Nice, deep, lovely inhales. Close your eyes. Have your feet on the floor so you're nice and grounded, and inhale. So that's giving you a hit to the left brain, the logical part of your brain. And this time of the day, when I'm making this later in the afternoon, that's when some of us go into a bit of afternoon slump. And so instead of having that cup of coffee, this is something you could do then, just inhaling your peppermint oil. Next, we get some wild orange. So peppermint oil is like a buoyant oil, and the oil of breath, and one of the oils of vitality and inspiration and uplifting. Now, one drop of wild orange. I love wild orange. Wild orange is the oil of abundance and joy, and it's a great, works to support anyone who has depression, to uplift them and to shift the moods. It's really, really great. So I'm doing the same thing with the left hand. And now I'm going to use that on the left nostril. Close the eyes and just inhale. So that's taking you over into the right brain. Giving the right brain a joyful kick. Moving you over into an abundant flow of creativity. Then get both hands and rub them together. So now you get a great mix. Now, I'm going to sound a bit funny when I do this because I'm going to have to block my nostrils off. But you'll probably enjoy that voice, even if I sound like Donald Duck. So now I'm going to inhale both the oils together. So you've got your own little private inhaler, diffuser. Oh, yum, that is so good. And you probably all know how lovely wild orange and peppermint smell together as a combination. Of course, you can use any combination of oil. Just thinking of one that's more grounding and earthing and one that's more uplifting. So, you know, like you can switch on both sides of the brain. Now, with pranayama, with just about 85 or 90% of the time, you always start with the right nostril closed and you are breathing through the left. This version of pranayama is called alternate nostril breathing, or nadi shoham. So you close off, and I keep the hand pretty close so that you can smell the oil. So I close off the right nostril. I take a nice deep inhale through the left nostril. Not too long, just a natural breath. Then I pinch both nostrils closed. And I keep them closed for a little while, about the same length of time as the inhale. Then I open up the right nostril and I exhale. Inhale again. Squeeze both nostrils shut just for a short while. Exhale through the left nostril. Always with your eyes closed. And focusing on the breath and focusing on the beautiful aroma. Breathing in, squeeze. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Squeeze. Exhale. Now you do that nicely in a really still place. You can listen to some beautiful music to even enhance your experience further. And do it for, say, 10 to 15 minutes. Start off with, when you're first beginning, with maybe about 5 minutes and build it up. And never extend your breath. Don't overextend your breath. It's a natural breath. And what you will find is that the longer you do it and the more often you do it, the deeper your breath will become. Now that place with no breath is a good training, because they call it like the mini death. So the space with no breath is really beautiful for anxiety and stress release. And the deep inhale, you're inhaling of life and you're filling yourself up. But the deep exhale is teaching you how to surrender and how to let go. And at the same time, using those oils in conjunction with the breath, you're switching on the right brain, you're grounding yourself, you're becoming more alert. At the same time, you can be learning how to be alert and bright and yet peaceful. Most people think if they're alert and motivated and stimulated, they're like zoom, 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 buzz, buzz, buzz. But that's wrong. You should always be able to stay centered. So there's lots of wonderful combinations of oils you can use for this. You could use something really grounding like vetiver and something like bergamot. We could use lime and cedarwood. The varieties are endless. So I hope you enjoy that and have a good little experiment with it. I was trying to think of some great name for this new little technique, and I think we could call it aromanama, something like that. But it's using your aromas, your beautiful oils, in combination with pranayama. Enjoy this. Bye.